I've been hiking the AT for about 2.5 months now, and between the towns of Waynesboro and Luray, instead of hiking on the trail, my friends and I canoed down the Shenandoah River. And now, coming back to the trail, you gotta carry your pack again. You can't just sit on your butt all day, you have to walk. This afternoon I should say, was a little rough too, because we decided to change where we were going kind of at the last minute and kind of have to hurry and get out the door. And I really don't like being rushed. I really don't like people waiting on me. Now I packed out a peach from the grocery store, and it was apparently a little too ripe because it just busted open in my pocket, made a huge mess. It's not going too good right now, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, I'm on the AT. I need to just focus on that and ignore the bad stuff. This is a big day in my own personal history, though. This is the first time since 2019 I've been on a backpacking trip and not been wearing the same outfit. I always wear this shirt and my olive green cargo pants that zip off into shorts. But I got new shorts because those were a little hot, and these are just going to be looser and more comfortable. It's like the band is broken up. My trail name is Ranger because with that outfit, I look like a park ranger. I don't even know who I am anymore. I will remember you. Da-da-da-da. Will you remember me? Well, I guess I'm still carrying the pants with me in my pack, so it's not like, you know, a big thing, but to me it's a big thing. Also, the burns from when I spilled water on myself about a week and a half ago, those wounds are healing up real nice. This is the first day I haven't either covered my legs in gauze or worn long pants, so it's a pretty good day to be my legs. I was a little bummed to be aqua-blazing the Shenandoah River instead of hiking through Shenandoah National Park for a little bit. Because, sorry, I'm out of breath walking up a hill. First of all, beautiful national park, been before, loved it. Second, people say that there's a lot of roadside stands and stops like that where you can buy yourself a little something something without going that far off the trail. I was bummed to miss that, but I still have 2 days to walk through Shenandoah National Park. Luckily, I'm passing a wayside stand called Elk Wallow. They're famous for their blackberry milkshakes, I think, and I don't usually like fruit flavors. I normally just like chocolate or something, but sounds like an AT staple. This kind of looks like a green screen because I'm in the shade and that's in the sun, but I promise I'm here in real life. Anyway, when I was just about here, I saw my friend on the trail, and he said that unfortunately the grill, and that's the part that makes the milkshakes, is closed, but the convenience store is still open. So guess what I got? This is Virginia's Pale Ale. It's the Brothers Craft Brewing Co., and the name of the beer is The Great Outdoors. How perfect is that? It's 14.8 ABV, and it is a pale. I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably shook it up, huh? You don't really need to tap. I just am in the habit. Oh, man. I did shake it. Very foamy to start. Tastes a little, I want to say, lemony. Like you would expect a pale ale to be. It's very light, and it has a little bit of a bite to it, a sharpness. It's good. Really glad I chose that. And just so perfect for this occasion.
And you and Dozer were just like making like the dumbest jokes, just laughing at everything.
It was just a quick walk after the wayside, and now we're camping, not at a shelter or anything, just a little offshoot from the trail.
That was my fuel. I almost lied about it. I was like, what are you talking about? What fuel can it?
As cramped as that campsite was, I really enjoyed it. I was the first one awake and out of camp this morning, and usually I'm one of the last. So even though it doesn't really matter, like, it still feels good for me. I think I'm gonna enjoy having an early start so I can spend this evening doing whatever. Another perk of getting up early, seeing the colors in the sky was really nice. I stopped at a shelter to use the privy. Now I'm enjoying a snack and this logbook. People say there's rats in this shelter, and look at this. Radish, I didn't have to fight off mice. Iceman. Yup. Normal human, shelter, Annabelle. Also, I have a friend named Smoke Master, also called Smoke for short. But anyway, in the priest shelter, we found out he had a secret admirer, wrote down in the logbooks. And now there's been even more messages from the secret admirer, at meaning AT. Do we think this is someone messing with him, a real secret admirer, or someone just trying to create something to do on the trail, you know? Sometimes it does get a little monotonous, hiking all day, shelters at night, and maybe this person is kind of like, okay, I'm gonna stir the pot, create a little spice in our lives. What do you think? You heard it first here, folks. I just had the coolest realization walking through that parking lot. First, some backstory. Before I did the AT, I was on a road trip in a converted minivan throughout the lower 48 states. And when I got to Virginia, I came to Shenandoah, stopped in that parking lot, went up. Well, first I went the way I'm walking right now, realized this wasn't the rock formation I was looking for, and went back because it was the opposite direction on the AT. I'm retracing my steps. That was a great time. Except the getting lost part. I got kind of mad about going the wrong way for a while, but memories nonetheless. Here we go. Leaving Shenandoah's. Put your backcountry permits there. Goodbye, Shenandoah National Park. Pac-Man, any closing thoughts?
I'm just sad I didn't get a blackberry milkshake.
Very true, me too. Just kidding, this is the real park boundary. Goodbye, Shenandoah. Another beautiful morning. Today we are walking a few miles into Front Royal, resupplying and heading back to the trail because we just stayed at a hostel a few nights ago. We don't really need a full 0 day, but while we're passing by a town, might as well pick up some supplies.
Going off its patterns. Like, he can't even strike off that. But, like, look at him. What on earth?
Pretending to be a rattlesnake, huh?
He's trying to show us his belly.
But this is dope as hell, dude.
$40 chicken nuggets. How much did that cost?
Like $15.
$15 well spent. My impression was that we were gonna get in and out of town real quick today, but now there's a brewery and they also have a place where where hikers can take showers and do laundry. So will we spend all day here?
They're playing your free life. So like we're walking in the back.
I strongly recommend one of these with a cup of coffee.
Ooh. We walked through a bakery, we walked through a hallway, and now it's this whole hangout place, a secret hangout place just for hikers. We got laundry and loaner clothes. We got chairs, which is a treat, a shower, a toilet, books, chalk, Smoke Master's here. That's how you know it's a cool place. I'm trying a beer called Northbound because I am, of course, northbound. This is a West Coast IPA. Looks very ambery. Interesting color. I'm excited to try. Definitely very dry, like you would expect out of a West Coast IPA, but good. Really like it. We had to get up and go from the brewery to grab our clothes from the laundry to where the trolley was going to pick us up to come back to the trailhead just like that. And in that hurry, I lost the hair tie that holds my Crocs together, our bottle cap to one of my water bottles, a sock, and underwear. The sock that I lost, that's one of my pair of hiking socks. The other pair of socks, is wet. So stressed right now. And we have to walk 5 miles up a hill, and it's like 4:30 right now. I know this is kind of dumb, but I lost my headphones too. That's how I edit my videos, so when I'm around people, so I don't know how I'm gonna keep working on stuff without them. I've already lost headphones once on this trail before, and it's just so frustrating. So frustrating to keep track of so many little tiny things and have to unpack and unpack several times a day, every single day. I'm just really overwhelmed. I know it probably seems so dumb to cry over losing a pair of headphones, but too bad.
Slow down, people. No, I don't.
Well, it's about an hour later, and one of my friends is really good at talking to people, meeting people. He met a trail runner at that trailhead and said, "Hey, my friend lost her earphones. Would you mind taking us back to look for them?" And the trail runner said yes. Trail magic, trail angels, just people helping out, people doing the AT. So we went back, looked for them. They weren't there. I remember coiling them up real nicely, and I think I just lost them on the shuttle because I was in a rush. And that's why I hate being in a rush so much, because that's when you lose stuff. Anyway, we went past a gas station, 7-Eleven, where they actually sold earbuds earphones that will connect to an iPhone, which the first time I lost my earphones, let me tell you, that is very rare to find. Smoke's letting me borrow a pair of his socks. They're wool socks, and I'm like, why do you have wool socks for summer backpacking? But beggars can't be choosers. I'm happy to have a pair of socks on my feet. It's really not about earphones or socks or whatever. It's about not being able to take my time and do things right. Everything's always rush, rush, rush. And it's just hard after a while. In my quest to document this experience fully, good and bad, I need to get it off my chest what I'm thinking as I'm walking up this hill. There's so much of the day that's walking and so much that's enjoying yourself. You're hiking, your pack is probably heavy no matter how light you try to get it. There's spider webs coming across your face, bugs flying in your mouth. Sometimes it's okay, but I would say 100% of the time you're either sweating, your nose is running because it's cold, or both. You're always uncomfortable. And there's another part of the day when you're sitting around with your friends, maybe cooking dinner, maybe around a campfire. It's like 8 or 9 or 10 hours a day walking, 2 or 3 enjoying yourself. I would say to anyone thinking of doing this, you have to find something in that little time that outweighs the hardness, the toughness of spending most of your time being uncomfortable and just walking. And as I'm walking, I'm thinking, okay, well, why am I still doing this? And honestly, one, I don't have a place to go back home to. I could live with my parents, I could live with my brother, but I hate to admit this, but honestly, I don't want to quit because other people on the trail would know I quit. Just keep going to save face. That sounds so vain and awful, but that's the truth. I feel like I'm always in a rush. I'm always uncomfortable. I have so much fewer options. I wear the same clothes every day. I do the same activities every day. I eat basically the same food every day. But I'm gonna keep doing it. Gotta prove to the other hikers that I'm not lame. All of that was true in the moment, but definitely not how I always feel. An hour later, I was back to enjoying the sights of the trail. Are you ready for Ray's rhino? It really does look just like a rhino. Wow. A landmark of the AT, honestly. This shelter was one of the nicest I've seen. It seemed like the builders thought of everything. All the amenities of a typical nice shelter, plus a solar shower, pavilion, and horseshoes.
Okay, Blockbuster would have loved that one. He's been getting people with those jokes really good.
While I'm waiting for my ramen to cool, here is a quick what's in my food bag. Here's all the snacks, dried fruit, trail mix, etc. That's like sunscreen and stuff. For lunch, I'm having cheese, pepperoni, and tortillas, that's the word. This is the dessert section. Chocolate chip cookies with cream in between, honey buns, and Snickers. And I forgot, but I have olive oil for no reason because I'm out of bagels now. And a Nutty Buddy. This is the breakfast section. Currently carrying 5 Pop-Tarts for no reason, and coffee. This is beverages, and this is dinners. This is tonight's dinner. this morning at like 5:40. The birds were singing and people were packing up their stuff. So I thought, oh, I guess I'll go ahead and start getting ready too. So now it's 5:30 and I'm on the trail, which is a lifetime achievement for me. What I was talking about having a hard time when I was climbing up that hill, then I ran into my friend on the trail. We talked about something completely different and the feeling had passed. I think in that moment I was thinking that the good times on trail were a lot shorter than they actually are. You really have a whole evening and a whole morning to enjoy yourself sitting around at camp. And walking isn't that bad as I was saying it was either. There's sometimes when you're seeing beautiful nature, you feel really proud of yourself for covering however many miles you do. In bad moments, things seem worse than they are. And it's kind of impossible to remember that, but it's true. Remember I said when I was living in my van, I came through this area? Well, I know for a fact that I parked in this parking lot and spent the night. It's just a parking lot, but it's so cool to be like, I was here, and I knew that someday I would be doing the AT. I mean, let's see, that was October 2021, so not like super long ago, but still, very cool. Looks like it's about to storm. That was a nice lunch. Nice to let things dry out for a bit. Now the sun's coming out. People say it'll be sunny for the rest of the day. I sure hope so. Although it wasn't really that bad this morning. I had my earphones. They work even better than the ones I had before, so that's awesome. Just listening to music, listening to podcasts. Got right through this morning. I try to just listen to nature, but other hikers do it, and it really does help pass the time. Because I left so early, it's only 4:30 right now, and I've done 18 miles today. Awesome.
548 or something like that was the biggest one.
Patches said he was going on. He stopped.
All right.
Another morning getting out of camp early. That's always nice. And today's going to be an exciting day. One, we're doing something called the roller coaster. Woo! Whoops. The elevation map usually goes like this, up and down, kind of big, kind of uneven. But today, we're doing half mile up, half mile down, half mile up, half mile down, half mile up, half mile down. And that's called the roller coaster. Gonna be a bit of a challenge. Also, we're reaching the 1,000-mile mark today. What in the world? Honestly, going on the Aqua Blaze, I haven't personally walked 1,000 miles. I might have, you know, with all the little side trails to the shelter and stuff like that. If you add those up, I probably have done 1,000 miles. It's not really adding up the miles that matters to me anymore. It's just spending this time out in nature and tailoring it to what I want. Anyway, that'll still be cool to see. And also, we might cross into West Virginia. And there's 2 times when we officially cross the state line. I don't know which one is going to be the one with the sign. Hiker warning, entering the roller coaster. Have a great ride. Oh man, here we go. Pac-Man, is this it?
This is it.
No way! What in the world? How do you feel?
Pretty good.
Springer Mountain, Georgia. That was so long ago. You can't really picture 1,000 of anything in your head, but now I know how long 1,000 miles is. That's crazy.
Go up and you go down, and you go up and you go down.
Teresa and Barbie, you just made it to 1,000 miles. How do you feel?
Good.
Awesome.
Great.
Congratulations on this
I
momentous
saw that
occasion.
we were only 0.6 away down there, and I was like, all right, let's
Yay!
1,000 miles.
You just made it to 1,000 miles. How do you feel?
Awesome.
Woo!
We're not even halfway there yet.
Nope, we are
all I
not.
could think is like, oh.
Lordy, Dad, you just walked 1,000 miles. How do you feel?
That is freaking awesome.
So flat for now. Wow, my ankles and the bottoms of my feet are screaming right now from all that up and down, all those rocks. But luckily there is a restaurant 0.1 away from here, so we're walking down this road in search of beer and food too, I guess.
Right now, it feels fine.
It's our rules, they say.
No.
What can I do?
Let's see here. That's my wife. Married her 35 years ago.
I feel awful. That costed $33 for a burger, fries, and 2 beers. I want to go to sleep, but instead, let's just hike 7 miles. up and down hills. Here's a mystery for you. Why are there so many green leaves on the ground? Maybe because of the little storm yesterday, but it's been so many for so long now. Well, here we are at the West Virginia border for the first time, or according to whoever had this blue paint pen, Virginia border. So much of this trail happened in Virginia. You know, McAfee Knob, trail days. The quarter way mark was fun. Just so much. Awesome state. Feeling proud to have made it through. Looking forward to crossing state lines more frequently now. I think that'll be a little morale boost. When we were leaving the West Virginia sign, I mentioned about having the Virginia blues. Did anyone else have that? And no one said anything, so kind of awkward. That was not the way I intended that heart-to-heart to go. But then Pac-Man was like, we're out of Virginia. You're done with the Virginia blues. You'll never be sad again. Wow. There we go, folks. Now there's just one more hill in the roller coaster and 4 more miles to the campsite. I still feel so full and so tired. Wow, West Virginia! This terrain is pretty much sand. Finally off the roller coaster. Thank goodness. I am so freaking glad to almost be at the campsite. I am not feeling good. I'm still very full. My body hurts from that roller coaster today. Time for bed.
Fun property too, they're just adorable. Look, eating the roses. Not the roses!
I thought it was gonna be a cabin and tents around it, and the cabin was just first come, first serve, whatever. But it's a whole center. There's a shower, there's water, a nice little porch.
In 2.5 hours.
Supply.
Dessert.
I hobbled my way back to the camping area, found creative ways to make my tent fit on the tent pad, and finally got some rest. When I say this is my week 12 video, I mean it's everything that happened week 12 after aqua blazing. But it was still an eventful week. I walked from the top of the Shenandoahs all the way to West Virginia now. The way I noticed the landscape and season change is that after I came back from aqua blazing, I do not remember seeing a single rhododendron. Which, you know, is a bummer because I love walking through the rhododendron tunnels. I think there's less wildflowers too. The shanties were pretty flat relatively, and then the roller coaster today was the opposite of flat. It was a pretty cool week though. It was just in the 70s. It's early June. I was thinking it would be so hot. Oh yeah, I made a big deal out of wearing my new black shorts instead of my green zip-offs, but I only wore my black shorts the first day, I think, because it's been pretty cool. The common experience among all the hikers this week, everyone was really excited to reach 1,000 miles. Everyone was excited to reach the West Virginia border. And we're looking forward to Harper's Ferry too. It's a lot of milestones all at once. I think most people are kind of like, oh yay, good. I think some people wish they were further. They're like, yeah, finally. It seems to me like most people are just chugging along. If they're having a bad time, they don't say anything. My favorite part of this week, I think, was waking up the morning before going into Front Royal. Just the people in the shelter, enjoyed chatting with them, and it was just a nice morning. I don't know, I think my favorite parts of the AT are just hanging out with people, and it was good vibes in the shelter that morning. Last week I talked about I need to keep taking care of my burns as they heal, and now there's no pink left. Everything is brown. Nothing hurts anymore. The skin is flaking off some parts, but for the most part I think it's pretty good. Something I'm going to work on moving forward to next week is stretching more. Every time I sit down or squat or move, basically, I feel like I need to make a noise, like, because I'm just so stiff and sore. Yeah, my body is not feeling good, as you would expect after walking 1,000 miles, but I want to take care of myself the best way I can, and to do that I need to stretch more. This week I learned to not go to a restaurant for lunch because you will eat too much and it'll be really hard walking. I also learned something about myself this week. When we were aqua blazing, there was a point where we were talking about what we would need to get at a convenience store, and we were like, oh, we might want to get some Oreos. And then the conversation moved on, and someone was like, we're having a great time, we're floating here, it's sunny, got each other. And I was like, yep, but there's no cookies here. I was kind of just making a joke, kind of, I don't know, calling back to the fact that we were going to buy Oreos. But then this week when we came back, someone brought that up just joking around, not calling me out or anything, just like, I don't even remember how they brought it up, but hearing the fact that I said that, I was kind of like, oh, that sounds kind of complainy to me. And I really value not putting on a front. I appreciate when people say how they're feeling and not like trying to be all tough. And I'm also kind of in the habit of just speaking my mind. I think because I go on adventures by myself so much, I just, my internal monologue is now like what I chat to people about. And now I'm realizing that, oh, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't be like that, because that, puts a damper on everything. You just want to enjoy the nice sunny canoeing day, not think about, oh, that's right, we don't have Oreos right now. Learning stuff about myself all the time. I'm really sore, I'm really tired, but I am getting a 0 day tomorrow. Bring on week 13.